Oh boy. That's not how that's supposed to look. That ain't right. I forgot I was messing around with some of this. Good morning. How's it going? Editing a video, eh? Kind of video. Oof. Destiny, imagine. Not a bad game, just not my cup of tea personally. What are you using to edit it? I mean, I use DaVinci Resolve, and while it's not perfect, especially since in some of the latest versions they remove some features, so I'm on an old version just simply because I want those features. So as long as I stay on that version, I can keep it. I can keep those features. But I honestly highly recommend DaVinci. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's definitely got some, I guess, complicated features, but I mean, I feel like every video software does to an extent. Yeah, they are, especially because if you're not paying attention, like I almost did, I was on the first keyframe when I was setting up the keyframe for like the hand being on the back of the player, and yeah, if I didn't realize that, it would have been a pain in the butt. And that's why I tell everybody when I make animations, I am not an animator. I never have been and never probably will be. I mean, I'm sure I might get good at like certain things. Like I understand, you know, I would say I have a very good 3D awareness. But like yeah, I would say I have a very good like awareness of 3D. I've always been a 3D thinker, so like doing the actual movements and stuff, that's not hard. It's getting the timing. The timing, in my opinion, is the hardest part. I feel like I can create good base poses, and that's why you know, like the other day, or like getting the whole, if I launch this real fast, getting the whole like third person pistol and SMG like aiming offsets, those are just poses. Those are super easy to make. I can do that really fast, and even with this terrible rig, the model is great. It's just the rig is bad because I rigged it myself. That's why. But like these poses of like the character looking around, like I feel like they look good. There's no breathing animation or anything like that. So it's like, you know, it doesn't look, the actual animations don't look the best, but like the poses themselves, like I feel like they look good. And like short animations like equipping and unequipping, those are fast, those are easy, they don't have to look crazy. But the reloads, like the reloads, like look at this reload. This took me probably like 15 minutes of work, and while it's not horrible, it also just doesn't look right. I also cheaped out on it. I didn't spend much time on it. And then like, yeah, you look at, oh gosh, I can see The third-person pistol on the actual gun itself. That's not right. We're gonna ignore that. But like, you know, that one's not that bad, but it's also not the best. There's no like, there's not a lot of character to it. Okay, well, I'm not a good animator. There, you happy? Aye, aye, sir. Okay. You're starting an animatic? What's that? I mean, I can probably guess what it is, but I'm not going to guess and sound like an idiot. I do that. Sound like an idiot. I mean, I do that way too often. Oh, so like, kind of just like the keyframes, like just the bare minimum for the animation, I guess. Is that basically what an animatic is? Okay. So kind of like what I do for my animations. Like I really don't have much character in my animations, but I mean, I have the base keyframes, and I feel like the base keyframes themselves look mostly decent, I'd say. I'm thinking all of these need to come backwards a little bit. Man, get this hand over here. Oh, look at that armpit, dude. Heck yeah. That's what I mean by this rig isn't the best, because I didn't weight paint it properly. That's something that if I ever somehow get an artist to actually 3D model the player from the concept, and I'm not the one that has to go do it, I'm definitely gonna also pay somebody to rig it, because I'm not good at that stuff. The issue with all my animations is because a lot of the third person animations are based off of first person. First person ones, you know, are designed to feel pretty much nice and snappy and have some character to them. And since third person has to be based off of that for gameplay actions like equipping, you kind of lose the ability to have some like actual personality and stuff in third person. You can mess around with it a little, but And then like if I were to actually animate this, the issue is I wouldn't just be able to make an animation like this in you know 10-20 minutes like I'm doing on stream. I would be literally looking at every single tiny detail of this, making sure like, oh, is the wrist bone like looking proper? That's what this whole wrist bone is for, is, you know, rotating the wrist, that way it looks nice. And you know, every frame of the animation I'd go through and make sure that the wrist bone is looking good. Like right there, it doesn't look good, so I just kind of, you know, fix that a little bit. And it's like that's where it becomes an annoying thing, is the actual like details of the animation. But I guess that's where you have, like Sunset was saying, the animatic. Ooh. It's just you get the base keyframes and you just keep polishing it, and then that's the other thing too. There's the whole where is it? Graph editor. You can edit all like the curves and stuff of that too. Boy, I don't even want to think about that. What menu was I just in? Dope sheet and then action editor. Here we go. Some could say that this sheet is pretty dope. I'm hilarious. I'm actually the funniest guy in the world. See, if I'm reaching for my back, I'm definitely gonna like tilt my torso backwards. So I'm thinking like we do a little bit of do a little bit of that action. Yeah. I mean, it's so quick. You're not even going to see a lot of this. Again, that's the issue with animating. You might put it, you know, 10 frames. That's not that much. That's a sixth of a second. So that comes down to pretty much like no time at all. I think it's 0.16 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like, how much detail do you really want to put into the animation in just those 6 seconds? Or those 10 frames, that 0.16 seconds. And then the issue is how is this going to look when this hand blends down to grab the pistol? That's what I'm worried about. Yeah. I remember back in my old days of doing some Lego stop motion. I think I was doing like, I don't even think I was doing 10 frames a second. I think I might have been doing like 6 or something, 6 or 5, and even then that was hard to get good timing with. I miss those days. Those were good old days when I didn't have a worry in the world, except for if my keyframes were fast or slow enough. Joys of being young. Enjoy it while you can, kids. All right, let's export this and see how it looks in Engine. In theory, we should just, because we set up all the code yesterday for it, in theory, we should just be able to pop this right in. And then the issue is for dual wielding, it'll actually have a slightly different third person equip and unequip because the weapons are slightly differently positioned. You know, if you're unequipping your left weapon, well, that goes to the left side of your player, not the right side. So I'm gonna have to animate unique dual wielding unequip animations, which I have to do for first person anyway, so it makes sense. Like, dude, if I had a good rig, I would totally love to just spend a ton of time animating. Especially since I want to get into whatever it's called, Cascadeur. That's how I say it. And that, you know, that's got basically, it's quote unquote AI powered animation. And it like interpolates the keyframes and makes them like weighted and like makes it physicalized, and it takes a lot of the weight off of the animator, which with all AI stuff, everyone gets mad at it because, oh, you're not actually animating, it takes the skill out of it. Well, for somebody like me who doesn't have the skill, I love the sound of that. I don't have the time to spend years and years learning how to animate. But that's just me. It's so fast, dude. Oh my. Let's create an animation montage. And then let's copy over these settings. So we had 0.08. 0.08 would be like right there. Holy moly. Where's that in the pistol? Okay, I guess that makes sense. We're gonna go with 0.05 interpolation on this one. And then this one was 0.01. Yeah, let's just go 0.02. That should work. What slot is this in? Torso. It's so fast. I'm sure it'll look decent. Actually, I can't say that. I'm not sure how this will look. Let's go SMG, unequip. All right, ladies and gents, so oh, I need to play with 2 players. My bad. Are we ready to see how this animation looks? That looks weird. Alright, so that's the one that obviously shouldn't look good. And then here he goes and puts it to his back. And his hand just, you know? That looks so bad. That looks so stupid, dude. Okay, let me try this again. Let me full screen this to get the full effect of. See, and that's where I'm not really sure on the right way to fix that. Yeah. Let's go look at it from this perspective. I might have to have some like intermediate keyframes or something. I'm gonna have to figure out how to set that up properly. Anyways, if I unequip, it goes to the back. he just does a windmill maneuver. He just spins that thing around. Actually, let's set it to 0.05. Yeah, that should work. Oh, then that's the other issue, is the pistol shouldn't equip immediately. It should wait till the hand gets to the thigh and then equips. But that's... I knew that was gonna happen. Actually. See what the unequipped looks like with the different... Okay, it looks bad. I figured it would, because it's just so quick, dude. Alright, let's make the equip and see if that feels any better. Alright, perfect. Cool. Now, we can come into Unreal. Animations, player, first person, SMG, equips, and equip. Aw. Alright, this one is 25 frames. I think it's the same for both pistol and SMG. And that's the thing, is if you see in game, when you equip the SMG, it actually comes up from the bottom of your screen. And when you unequip it, it goes to the bottom. I have to completely reanimate that. That way it comes off the like right side of your screen and comes down. That way first person and third person actually match. Because obviously, you know, players equipping it to their back, it's gonna come past their, you know, past their head and come down into their arm or into their like shoulder. And I really don't mind it clipping through the arm there. Ideally, I don't want it to clip at all, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. For what? Hop on H5. Bruh, I'm gonna be playing... You see, that's the issue with doing rare... Sorry, I'm jumping between chat messages. The issue with doing that as a rare animation or something is that if people see that, they're gonna think the game breaks, and then they're gonna report it as a bug. The only thing I'm gonna do for rare animations is animations that actually, like, make sense, I guess, per se, as a rare animation. So, like, again, the grappling hook, you know, the grappling hook will have a random chance to do, like, the Spider-Man hands when you shoot it that way. You know, it's kind of funny little, oh yeah, it's Spider-Man, it's on the bottom of the wrist, it looks like you're grappling it. And yeah, the issue with funny bugs like that, like my teacher in high school, when I was doing some vehicle stuff, I never actually had the player sitting in the vehicle, and so they just stood up when they were in the vehicle. And yeah, it was funny that he was like, oh yeah, you should make that an actual thing. As funny as that is, people would be super confused. Only those that would get it, and that can affect how the game is perceived. And so as funny as it is, and as funny of an inside joke as it is, it doesn't really lend to the best of gameplay, I guess. Not the best of game. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but like, it's, yeah, it can distort the vision of the game to somebody who's new and who doesn't understand those inside jokes because they weren't there when the inside joke was created. You know, Kitty, I'm playing the Splitgate Alpha as soon as stream is over. It'll be public. Actually, it is public right now. I should open up Steam. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start installing that. Hopefully it doesn't affect the stream quality. I mean, it most probably definitely will, but... Splitgate 2 beta. Play game. Alright, y'all let me know if my stream quality starts getting very, very, very bad. We are back. Cool. Cool. All right, I think that works for now for the equip. So let's get that exported and imported. So you have 0.1 and 0.2 for the pistol. 0.1. Ooh, we forgot to do that. I think it'll be fine for now. I'm just trying to get the systems set up. All right, let's go 0.1 as well. Because, yeah, 0.1, give or take there. That should be fine. And then 0.42 to about right here. So, yeah, also 0.2 seconds. Slot, we want it to be torso. And then drag that bad boy in here. Alrighty, see ya. Actually, we want it to start the blend when he's getting the gun about in his hand. So actually, let's do 0.25. That way it blends to the direction our character's looking. I need 2 players. I didn't put it in the data asset. Whoops. There you go. Should work now. I mean, it kind of works. I definitely need to fix the windmill. It's so stupid. When you unequip it, when you unequip the SMG, it does a windmill backwards, and then when you equip the SMG, it does a windmill forwards. Yeah, I'm assuming I'm gonna have to like do some intermediate keyframes between like a base pose and the actual animation pose. That way, or like I'll have to create a specific animation for in between switching from pistol or thigh to back, and that'll just have to blend between those. So like, so it'll play the unequip, do the other animation, and then start the pistol equip. So third person is going to kind of be a lot more, not kind of, it'll be a lot more complicated than first person's. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. I forgot about that bug. Let's go get 2 SMGs. See what the equip looks like for 2 SMGs, because that should look fine. Because the pistol one looks all right if you're switching from a pistol to a pistol, which technically you won't even be able to do in game, but I have it available right now just because we only have 2 guns. I mean, yeah, that looks fine. Looks normal. All right, let's work on a shoot. And then basically all right, let's get the blender. And then let's do, yeah, we can just duplicate this. And then let's see how long that is. for the first person. SMG. Shoot. It's fairly fast. Yeah, it's only 10 frames. This is gonna look funny. Oof. I don't know how I'm gonna see this in full 60 FPS because when playing as 2 players. I definitely don't get 60. Ooh, that's not supposed to work or happen. Yeah, I mean, shoot animation works. I'm trying to think what else we could do. I mean, we basically did the exact same thing that we did on the pistol yesterday in like half the time. So mainly because again the systems are set up. So I know we can work on tomorrow. What we'll work on tomorrow is getting the other aim offset stuff working, because you can see, you know, he looks like my frames, dude. I need to figure out what's causing my CPU to not like this game. You see, you know, when he's looking up and down and all that, it looks all fine and dandy. But then as soon as he crouches, we were talking about these yesterday, it goes to the assault rifle pose because I don't have those for the SMG. And same thing for in air and in air crouching, so that looks so dumb. So yeah, we can work on all those poses and make those poses look nice and fine. And then maybe we'll work on, well, after we get those, depending on how long that takes, maybe we'll even work on... Oh wait, I might not be streaming tomorrow. I'm going on a hike super early in the morning. Interesting. That might not work. We'll see. But yeah, I definitely want to work on things like grenade throws, because, you know, right now it's just... grenade just spawns out of thin air. So that's definitely needed. We have melee. Oh, I guess we also need like the equipment. So like, if I deploy a turret, you should actually see me play the deploy animation. So. I just killed Mr. Chunkier Bean. That's crazy. Alrighty. Yeah, well. I think that'll be it. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow or at all this weekend. I've got a pretty superly busy weekend. But I still will be working on the game. I just probably won't stream it. However, yeah, I'm liking doing these animations on stream, helping me learn a lot and get some feedback from y'all. And yeah, I think we've got a game plan for the next couple of days that I do stream. So animations are coming. They're finally here. We're gonna get the game going. So on that note, I am going to go play some Splitgate 2 because the beta's out, and I had a decent amount of fun in the first like alpha. So playing Splitgate 2's beta. So y'all are playing it, I might see you there. Probably not, because there's gonna be a lot of people. But alrighty, that's the end of stream. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.